Hey guys, it's Perry. Today I'm doing a jungle tier list for patch 15.11 or 25.11, whatever you want to call it. This is for Iron and Diamond players, so if you're trying to get to like Emerald or Diamond, these are the champions I recommend you play. I'm going to quickly adjust the tier list I made with Arceus, so if you want to watch that video, the description will be down below. Guys, let's jump right into the tier list. Alright guys, let's jump into the most broken jungler on this patch right now if you want to climb to Diamond. Right now they buffed Diana, and there's a completed LP hack with this champion. She clears insanely quick, and the big thing is she has a lot of versatility with what kind of build you can go. A big problem with how people are building Diana is they don't understand whether you're supposed to go Nashor's Rabadons for one shot, or whether you're supposed to go Landry's Riftmaker tank. The rundown, guys, is you go tank if the enemies are tanky, because you need to survive. You go one shot if the enemies are squishy. I'm going to do a video on Diana really soon, so you guys can watch how I play both builds, and what scenarios you want to go these separate builds. But guys, this is probably the best champion in the game. You must get a minimum of like 8+ CS per minute, and you have to only fight with your ultimate. So you need to understand that if you're fighting very frequently without your ultimate, without items, and your CS is low, this champion will kind of suck. But right now, it's a little bit overtuned with how powerful she is in the early game. Yo guys, real quick, we're really close to 50k subscribers. If you guys can do me a huge favor and subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. I have a very special video planned at 50k subs. So just you guys wait, and I will see you guys in the video. Alright, the next list we have is S tier here, guys. So in the S tier, all of these champions are going to be champions that I would recommend you to pick up if you simply don't want to play Diana and you want a variety of champions to play. So the go-to standard is always going to be a Mumu. I always recommend a Mumu because it's very straightforward, very easy to play, and he's just broken overall. You guys know how broken Mumu is. But if you want something a little more versatile that's like about fighting or about other archetypes, you have champions like Kindred, you have champions like Xin Zhao, you have champions like Briar. So you have another archetype of, let's say you have like fighter champions, right? Like Xin Zhao, Briar, Kindred. If you want the pure full clear junglers, you have champions like Zyra, Nocturne, and Shyvana. These champions are your pure full clear champions, are very powerful. Even Udyr actually is like sort of the full clearers as well. And then last thing is you have Kayn. Kayn is a really powerful champion if you learn and you OTP this champion. The reason why they're all in S tier here is because if you invest a good amount of time, 25 to 50 games, they all excel at one thing, which is just abusing some part of their kits that many other champions can't do. Mumu's teamfight is super powerful. Kindred's scaling with stacks super insane. Xin Zhao's dueling is very high value. Briar's dueling just as high, even higher. Zyra's clear is unmatched. Nocturne's ultimate is completely unplayable. Shyvana's clear speed and damage when you get items is insane. On top of that, the dragon power you get when you clear objectives is very high. Udyr is a little bit of goodness for everything, but also he got recently buffed, so Udyr is a little bit stronger. And the last thing is Kayn has multiple options. Red form, shadow form, you learn both. You'll be very OP depending on the scenario. Shadow Kayn is Red Kayn and Shadow Kayn can be a little confusing, but this champion is just really good if you perfect it. So S tier has all the champions that I recommend you play, especially if you're stuck between Iron and Silver. These are the champions you want to invest in, because if you want to get to Gold, Plat, Emerald, these are really easy champions to play. The next section we have here is A tier. So these A tier champions are, truth be told, not really worth investing unless you just have a really big desire to play these champions. So if you really want to play like Mundo, for example, because he's been seeing Aloys play it, or you really want to play Jarvan because you've seen me play it, or Volver because you've seen me play it, then that's fine. You can pick up these champions. But in all honesty, all of these A tier champions are not powerful enough to pick them over S tier or S+ tier champions. They're good, they're strong, but you need a little bit more than, you need more like brain power going on these champions. So not only do you have to OTP these champions, you have to like think pretty hard. So that's like, it's like if you really want a champion, hey, you can play them. They're gonna be fun, but they're definitely not gonna be as powerful as S tier champions. Now the next section we have here is the must OTP section. So truth be told, guys, every single champion you should play, if you're playing a champion, you're committed to one, you should OTP. But this section specifically here is like, listen man, if you first time these champions, you're gonna look like a bot. And if you have 10 games, you're gonna look like a bot. You have 20, 30, 40, 50 games, you're still gonna look like a bot because you don't know the depths of these champions. Think about every single one of these champions here. They're all what we call like limit testing champions. You need to know that Pantheon Awaken E gives you resistances. Like, do people know that? Did you know that Viego's Q gets reduced animation time based on attack speed? Like, there's so many small things, but all these champions that even I like sometimes don't know, and I learn these things as we go on. You have to OTP them, but not just OTP them. You have to play hundreds of games on these champions. Compare this to the A tier. The A tier needs a lot less. You still need OTP, but you need a lot less games. And then S tier is even less. So that's one way to look at the ladder. And the next section we have here is the not worth learning tier. All these champions in not worth learning tier are simply just too shit compared to everything else. So in some scenarios, Rammus will be broken, Jax will be broken. Heck, like Olaf can be broken, Darius can, Nefiri can, Shen can. But if there's not a good option for it in the draft, and you're not really proficient on that champion, then it kind of sucks. It's kind of not worth going these champions. You need to invest so much more time than the most OTP tier, A tier, S tier, and S plus tier. And even then, the draft might not look good for those champions. So, hey, if you're a really good Elise player, you have hundreds and hundreds of games as Elise player, like as Elise, but the comp is just terrible for you, you're going to be really, really, really miserable. You might as well OTP a better champion and have a better result with that. Now, it's not to say that, hey guys, like, don't play these champs if it's not worth learning. If you want to play a champ, play it, have fun, have a good time playing League of Legends. But if you're simply trying to climb, I again recommend S or S plus tier champions. Now, in the last section we have here is the do not play section. So these champions are a very specific category of League of Legends. They don't really follow jungle principles. Ivern doesn't even play jungle. Ivern's playing tap the camps, which is a completely different style. Nunu's playing gank the lanes as quickly as you can. On top of that, chomp objectives. Nunu can play similarly to the fundamentals, but in reality, they just completely disregard all fundamentals that I talk about. So, champion's not worth not worth playing. Shaco's the same thing. Shaco's playing be annoying, place boxes, and just cause chaos around the map. Make the enemy FF and tilt. It's a complete invade style of playing. I don't teach the invade style, so there's no real reason to learn this champion. Now, the next thing is Rumble. Rumble is just like not an existent jungler. It's not even worth picking up this champion at all. Alright guys, so for my closing thoughts, and I always say this, no matter what champion I have listed here as the S plus SA, OTP tier, not worth learning or do not play, if you have a champion you really, really, really love and you want to play it, commit to it, have a good time. At the end of the day, League of Legends, you know, there's people who play any of these champions and are in the highest elo because they love their champion and they're just really good at what they do. No matter what, if you really want to play Maokai Jungle, you can. There's nothing stopping you, and don't let these tier lists throw you off your boat. At the end of the day, it's about your skill level, who you are as a player. It has nothing to do with the champion you're playing. It has everything to do with you as a player. So just keep that in mind every single time. And again, S plus, S tier champions, I'd highly recommend. Maybe the 8 tier champions if you want a little more diversity. If you want to climb, guys, you better OTP. Anyway, that's going to be it for the tier list. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys liked the shorter version of this. If you guys want something more in depth, either way, I'll see you guys next time. Peace, peace.